Now let's talk about variable size partitioning in a contiguous memory allocation. Okay. Now what is variable size partitioning? It tries to overcome the problem caused by the fixed size partitioning. In this technique, the partition size is not declared initially. So the partition size is not at all declared initially. That is the thing here. Means we have the memory available. We have the OS part, which is there once we initiate or start our or the booting will take place. But all the part which is the part in the main memory is not fixed. It is based on the process. It is declared at the time of process loading. So whenever the process will be loaded, it will be declared. The size of each partition will be equal to the size of the process. Size of each partition will be the equal size of the partition. The partition size varies according to the need of the process so that the internal fragmentation can be avoided. So internal fragmentation could be avoided. Why? Because let's say the total size here is the 10 MB, and let's say I have a process one which is accommodating 5 MB. So I can use 5 MB here, but the 5 MB is again left. Let's say process 2 is coming, which required 3. So 3 could be accommodated with the process 2, and again 2 MB is left. So this 2 MB could be accommodated later on if it is required. If required 1 MB, can I accommodate here? Yes, I can wanna accommodate here with the P3, and still I have how many left? So 1 MB is left. This is the idea behind variable size partition. Now here you can see we have process P1, P2, P3, P4, which is having the size like 5 MB. 5 MB accommodated and make one partition. Then 2 MB, 2 MB is accommodated, make another partition. 3 MB, 3 MB is accommodated, one partition. 4 MB is accommodated, another partition, right? So this is the variable size partition. So what is the advantage of this variable size partition over the fixed size partition? So the first is no internal fragmentation. Given the fact that the partition in dynamic partition are created according to the need of the process, it is clear that there will not be any internal fragmentation, because there will not be any unused remaining space in the partition. Second is no limitation in the size of the process. So we doesn't have to make a limitation of the size of the process because there is no fixed size. Degree of multi-programming is dynamic. So we can increase the degree of multi-programming based on the size of the process. Let's say we have 10 processes of 1 MB. We have another process, 11 process is of 10 MB, and we have the 10 MB space. So we can accommodate one 10 MB here with 10 processes. So we can increase the degree of multi-programming based on the requirement. Due to the absence of internal fragmentation, there will not be any unused space in the partition. Hence, more processes could be loaded into the memory at the same time. So that is the advantage in variable size partition. Now let's see, do we have any disadvantage here? So yes, we have the disadvantage, and that disadvantage is the external fragmentation. What is the external fragmentation? So we know that if we have in total, we have the memory, but that memory is not in contiguous. So that is called external fragmentation. Now, here we have one example. Absence of internal fragmentation doesn't mean that there will not be any external fragmentation. Let's consider this example. In this example, you can see we have process one, which has already completed its work, and it required 1 MB. 1 MB has already been given to it. It done its work. Now we have process 2. It required 3 MB. It required 3 MB. We have allocated it required Okay. So there is P1, P2, P3, P4. P1 is of 1 MB, which has already been executed. P2, it is saying that it is of 2 MB. Let's see this is of 2 MB, and P3 is of 1 MB. So it is of 1 MB. This is of 1 MB. This is of 2 MB. Are being loaded into the respective portion of the main memory. After some time, P1 and P3 got completed. So P1 has completed and P2 has completed. Sorry, P3 has completed, and their assigned space is freed. So their assigned space is freed. Now there are two unused partition, 1 MB, 1 MB, available in the main memory, but they cannot be used to load 2 MB process in the main memory since they are not contiguous. So that is the thing that we are facing. The rule says that the process must be contiguous present in the main memory to get executed. We need to change this rule to avoid external fragmentation. Now, come to this particular example. You assume that you assume that partition 1 is allocated to P1 and the size that was is 5 MB. Partition 3 will be accommodated to process 3 and the size was 3 MB. You assume that. Now, P1 has done its process. Getting it? P1 has done its process. So 5 MB is free right now. P3 has done its process. So 3 MB is free right now. There is P2 and P4. P2 is requiring 2 MB. It is already there and it is executing, is not finished. P4 is there, it required 4 MB. It is also there in the main memory. So, which are in the main memory right now? P2 and P4 is in the main memory. What is the free space? Free space is 3 MB here and 5 MB here. Now, there is process P5. It required 8 MB. Can we accommodate here? The answer is no, because P5 cannot be loaded into the memory even though there is 8 MB space available, but not in a contiguous memory, contiguous fashion. So here we have 5 MB, here we have 3 MB. 5 plus 3, it is total of 8 MB. It is available, but we cannot give to P5. Why? What is the reason? The reason is because it is not in the contiguous fashion. And in the contiguous memory allocation, we have to store the process into the contiguous memory in the main memory, right? So still there is a disadvantage in variable size partitioning, that is the external fragmentation. Now let's go to the disadvantage of variable size partitioning. The second disadvantage is complex memory allocation. Why? In the fixed size partition, the list of the partition is made once and will never change. But in dynamic partitioning that we are looking for, in that the allocation and deallocation is very complex since the partition size will be varied every time when it is assigned to the new process. Operating system has to keep track of all the partitioning or the size of the partitioning also. They have to be keep tracking all the time. Due to the fact that the allocation and deallocation are done very frequently in the dynamic memory allocation and the partition size will be changed at each time, it is going to be very difficult for the operating system to manage everything. So this is the overhead, you can say. This is the overhead to the operating system. Why it is a overhead? Because in the fixed size, what will happen is I have the operating system here and I have the fixed size. Let's say how many partitions? 1, 2, 3, 4. So how many process will come? Process 1, process 2, process 3, process. So maximum 4 processes could be accommodated here because of the fixed. Because it is not fixed, this partition could be, this number of processes could be anything, as well as the partition size may also be varied based on the process size. So this is the overhead, means this is the extra thing that an operating system has to do all the time. That's why this is the disadvantage of variable size partition. Okay.